Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx. Welcome back to Serafina Saga. Let's continue the story after we run away from an ambush. I guess it was some kind of ambush. Deep into the night, my legs are on fire, my heart won't stop racing, but at long last the sounds of pursuit have faded behind me. I hear only the soft, comforting murmur of nature around me. I hear my captive, Nicolaus, breathing wretchedly nearby. Look, be with me, you run like a wild horse. Remembering myself, I lift my spear, aiming the tip towards his chest. The steel edge catches a cruel gleam in the moonlight. What have you done with Papa? Hey, settle down. I think I've had enough weapons pointed at me tonight. Thank you. Besides, I think both of us are a little confused right now. We should probably take all the time to explain ourselves. How about you start by telling me who Papa is? He's the man you tricked in the jungle and cruelly took captive. First of all, let's get something straight. I didn't cruelly take him captive. All I wanted to do was hunt for food, and he tried to kill me for it. So I did what any sensible man would do. I defended myself. Despite everything, I find myself taken aback by Nicolaus' manner. It seems strange to me that he's treating the situation so casually. Wait a minute, if I do this and take this and... Alright, now you look better. That's for sure. Hair will stay. Kidney necklace. Now it looks crappy. Stay with this. Then again, I've never interacted with any humans other than Papa before. How could I possibly know what's normal and what's not? All I know is that I must show caution, like Papa taught me. Humans will do nothing but manipulate me for their own again. I should assume that everything Nicolaus says could be some sort of trick. I took him back to camp and tried to find out why he wanted me to stay out of the jungle so badly, but he refused to tell me anything about himself. Meanwhile, he seemed to know an awful lot about Darzian politics and current affairs for a man who spent his life in the bushes. The next day he nearly managed to escape by turning his rope bonds into silk. Silk? What's that? You don't know what silk is? I'm asking the question here. Silk is very valuable fabric, usually made from silkworm cocoons. It's very smooth and shimmery. Arken has the ability to turn any sort of fabric into silk, no matter its composition. Has he never made silk for you before? I think back to all the fabric we used to keep in our treehouse. My blankets have always been coarse and scratchy, as well as the plain brown tunic I wear at this moment. You mean this one? Okay, if you have to, then wear it. No, I don't think so. Listen, I had to be the one to tell you this, but Arken couldn't possibly be your papa. He possesses his weird magical ability because he descends from Malion, the god of greed. If you were his daughter by blood, you would be Malion's descendant as well. You would look physically different and you would have some sort of weird ability too. Not that you don't have some useful abilities of your own, I'm sure. I hear a change in his tone of his voice. Suddenly deep and gentle, I see his eyes like two dark pools in the moonlight. I don't like it. I become all too aware of his physical presence, his warmth flowing over me, his strange yet enticing scent that reminds me of a spicy plant I once tasted in the jungle. Papa later told me that the plant could be poisonous in large doses. I'm not sure why Nicolaus is staring at me like that, but I can't spare any more thoughts on him anyway. His words continue to echo in my head, over and over, making less and less sense each time. Arken could possibly be your papa. He descends from Malion, the god of greed. I don't know a great deal about the gods, except that there are many of them, and each one embodies an extreme form of human emotion. Papa always warned me about the greed of humans, probably more than he warned me about any of their other flaws. How could he possibly be a descendant of Malion, the god of greed himself? This has to be a trick of some sort, it just has to be. Your turn, beautiful. How about you start by telling me your name? His question catches me off guard, as does the way he keeps staring at me. Tell Nicholas my real name. Make up a fake name. So, should I tell him the real name, or should I lie to him? Whatever, tell him your real name. My name is Serafina. Nicholas just stares at me a long time, not saying a word. I hear my own heart pounding in my chest. Why is he looking at me like that? Maybe I should have lied, maybe? Oh God, what have I done? Why won't he stop staring at me? Panicking, I whacked Nicholas over the head with the blunt of my spear. Good. Nicholas falls to the ground, unconscious. Good. I didn't really mean to hit him that hard, but perhaps it's for the best. Finally, I have a little bit of peace and quiet. I use that strange sash he's wearing to pin him to a tree. Then I try to make a bed for myself in the brittle grass of the savannah. For a long while sleep escapes me. I can't stop thinking about everything I've seen and heard today. How do these people know Papa? For my entire life, Papa has stayed in the jungle with me. Did he know that before he came to the jungle, Papa never told me about his past? Any attempt he made always seemed to pain him. Did he ever lie to me? I refuse to believe it. Surely the people who captured him are the ones lying. Eventually exhaustion overcomes me and my mind drifts to sleep. I'm sleepy too. Rise and shine, Pilgrim! I come awake with a start. Nicholas stands over me, his grin so bright it's almost blinding. Immediately I reach for my spear. Hey, I think I've had enough of that spear, thank you. Why the hell did you hit me last night? I'm doing everything I can to show you that I'm not your enemy. You escaped from your bonds. Yeah, and I'm still here, aren't I? I didn't run off or take advantage of you while you slept. Although I will admit I was tempted. You're very beautiful, you know. Well, maybe not with that kind of face she's making now. I couldn't see you very well last night, but no. It's better. I feel his eyes clamping over me. For some reason, his words make my cheeks grow warm and my heart quicken. I become actually aware of my appearance, and I wonder how I must look to him. I'm still covered with dirt, my thick red hair a chaotic mess around my face. Does he kindly consider me beautiful? His deep gaze briefly makes me want to forget about everything I set out to do. For a moment, I want to keep staring back at him. I get lost in his deep brown eyes. I reach for my spear. Don't try your silly human tricks with me, they won't work! Human tricks? You talk like I'm some sort of other species. You're a human too, as far as I can tell. But if you'd like me to take a closer look... Whatever you are, why didn't you run away while you had the chance? You must want something from me if you are still here. Yeah, well, about that... There's something else I need to tell you. How much do you know about the kingdom outside the jungle? I stare back at him blankly. Not very much, I take it. Many years ago, when I was a little boy, a beautiful queen named Nadia Elbord ruled Darzia. The Elbord family was adored by the entire kingdom for their wisdom, compassion, and uncanny ability to help the land of Darzia thrive. Even so, there were some noblemen and women who wanted to the throne for themselves, and in Darzia there are many royal bloodlines, called houses. One such house hired a whirlwind assassin to kill Queen Nadia. At the time, Queen Nadia was pregnant. Most people believe that Nadia's baby died with her. But some people suspect that Nadia gave birth to the child just before her death, and that Arken took the baby away to protect it. Papa? But that can't be. I don't want to believe him, but suddenly all the pieces of information I've recently collected start fitting together and forming a picture. I search desperately for a piece that doesn't fit, something that will disprove his ridiculous theory. I heard you speaking to that woman last night. When she mentioned she was looking for the former queen's daughter, you said she was just chasing rumors. Yeah, well, I lied. The truth is that my mother, Celine, was present at the prince's birth. She helped Arken escape with the baby. And that baby's name was Serafina. When I first saw you, I suspected your identity. But I was very surprised when you told me your real name. You probably wouldn't have done that if you knew the truth about your past. I lied to Bellatrix because King Carlos wants you dead. Your existence is a threat to his claim on the throne. But I want to help you, Serafina. I feel like your entire predicament is all my fault. If you'll just give me a chance, I will help you rescue Arken. Your papa. What do you say? What do I say? I don't even know what to think. According to Nikolaus, I am an heir to the kingdom of Darja. My mother was murdered right after my birth, and Arken took me to safety. It sounds like one of the far-fetched stories I read in Papa's books. Serafina, I take a deep, shuddering breath. You really helped me rescue Papa? Yeah, I swear on Locke's name. Isn't Loki the god of guilt and mischief? Yeah, and what of it? He's the god I worship, and that's that. I know Papa told me not to trust humans, but after everything Nikolaus has done, I actually want to believe him. Nikolaus is nice, funny, and he's also pretty cute. So then, what it will be? I need to give him an answer. What should I say? Thank him for helping me. Point out I don't have much of a choice. Thank him? Right, Nicholas. You've already done a lot to help me, and I appreciate it. So if you help me rescue Papa, I will stop hitting you over the head with my spear. No, that's more like it. We might as well make our way to Castle Crondley. That's where Lady Bellatrix will be taking him. Castle Crondley? The Castle Crondley? Oh, so you have heard of it. Yeah, it's in the capital of Darcia, the seat of the throne, and the home of the all royal house leaders. It's also my own home, so don't worry, I can guide you every step of the way. Are we going to sneak in and steal Papa? Eventually, perhaps, but we'll have to wait for the right chance to do that. As nimble and fast as you are, you don't stand a chance against the Darcian army. We should give you a disguise and a fake name so you can enter the castle with me. Then, when the time is right, we'll sneak Arken out. I don't know anything about castles, nobles or armies, so I'll have to trust Nikolaus on this. I suppose you're right. So then, what would you like to call yourself? Elsa, Fire, Daphne. No, Elsa for sure not. Why not? Because, well, that name was too popular for no reason. Faye, Daphne. Daphne sounds terrible. Well, no offense to any Daphne, but for someone living in the jungle, it's not a good name, I guess. Fader. I guess Fader. Let's go with that one. I suppose that will do. So then, it's settled. How about another smile for the road, eh? You're very pretty when you smile. Smile again. Give him the prettiest, warmest smile I can manage. Tell him we've wasted enough time already. The prettiest? That one? I wait for him to say something, but he just stands there gaping at me. Embarrassed, I hurry back to normal. Sorry, I thought you wanted me to smile. I did. And that was a glorious smile. I still feel embarrassed. I'm so unaccustomed to talking to other people. What if I've just made a fool of myself? Even so, I think Nikolaus is happy, so I try to be too. Well, we should get going. As Nikolaus and I make our way through the savannah, I'm grateful for the chance to sort through my thoughts. He has given me a great deal to think about, more than I know how to handle was my mother really the queen of this kingdom? Is Papa not my real father? Even if Nicholas's far-fetched story is true, I decide that none of that matters right now. All that matters is rescuing Papa, and one way or another, Nikolaus is going to help me do that. I know Papa wouldn't approve, but I enjoy Nikolaus' company. I've always dreamed of interacting with other people, of learning their ways and customs, even though I would never admit that to Papa. Nikolaus has such a casual manner, so different from Papa. Whenever he gets the chance, Nikolaus tries to make me smile, and every once in a while, he succeeds. Our first night sleeping under the stars together, I tempted to tie Nikolaus up again. During the day he took every opportunity to comment on my beauty, or make some sly remark about what the two of us could do together during moments of respite. I'm not so ignorant that I don't understand him. Papa refused to ever speak on this matter, but I have seen animals and I've read enough science books. I know what males and females will sometimes do to each other. Oh really? I can also feel my own body response to him, and I fear it will make me do something foolish. But as we lie in the grass blanketed by nothing but darkness, Nikolaus is quiet and still. I glimpse the faint edge of his silhouette, molding the moonlight. I realize I have nothing to fear from him, at least not in the way that comes first to my mind. I wonder if he misses his companions the way I miss Papa in the jungle. I wonder if he resents me for this arduous journey and what he hopes to gain from it. Everything I'm doing for Papa. Does Nikolaus have a goal of his own? And if so, what is it? As I drift to sleep, my most recent memories of Papa rise to the surface. Think of our last night together, before he got captured. I think about what he almost told me, and all that he didn't. I remember when he gave me the necklace I wear now, which includes a strange old key hanging from the end of it, and I wonder why he did so. So I guess I have to wear the necklace. Nikolaus and I resume our trek in the morning, and I have little energy to think about anything but walking. The next day passes, and then another, and then another, and sometimes we talk, and Nikolaus tells me about the kingdom of Darzia, of its complicated government and diverse combination of cultures, but eventually he loses the will to talk, and I to listen. Talking about what lies ahead only makes it seem further away and harder to inquire. So we keep our worries silent, and we plod onward with little left but grim determination. We keep walking through the savannah, seemingly forever. I grow reluctantly accustomed. Too much sun. Accustomed to the sensation of brittle yellow grass stretching endlessly around me. I yearn more than ever to return to my jungle, where life is plentiful and shadows abundant. I begin to think of the sun as my enemy, beating constant on my brow, wringing sweat from my parched body, burning my skin until its shade becomes darker. Nikolaus struggles to keep pace with me, claiming he normally travels by horse, but he is much more accustomed to the lack of food and water. He shares his supply of crusty bread and salted meat with me, but it does little for my appetite. He shows me how to dig for water in the ground, but my throat remains dry. I have not seen a single animal ever since leaving the jungle, except for a few birds in the sky. One day I managed to stick one with my spear and greatly impressed Nikolaus, but the meal it provides is meager, whatever. I begin to understand why Nikolaus and his soldiers traveled all the way to the jungle to hunt game. Nikolaus tells me we should avoid towns in case we are recognized, but he claims to have a friend we can trust. This friend, he tells me, can also help me with a disguise. The prospect of meeting someone new makes me anxious. I've already trusted Nikolaus more than I probably should. But as our hunger and weariness increases, I find myself willing to accept whatever shelter we can find. And that will happen in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed that one, and see you then. Bye!